Welcome back to episode 3, the long road to IMM. In this episode, we'll be doing the hubs, getting the rest of the glass out, mounting the front subframe, putting the doorstep repair it in, and drilling a huge hole in the back, and basically putting back together the engine bay. Thanks for coming back, and let's get on with it. So here you can see the hubs are built up with new bearings and ball joints. I've done a video to show you how I actually went about this. So you can go back to my channel and look up the how-to series, and there's going to be a few videos in there going a bit more in depth in what I'm doing. While the engine's out and it's imminent date with the body shop, I'll put the drive shaft back in complete with t-shirt, covering all the inner pot. Shove that back in there. I'll stick the hub back on. First I'm just going to copper grease the threads. Right. Stop there, make sure that. Yep. Cover's still on. Push that in through there. Got the washer on. Put the nut on. I'll admit it's a bit weird doing it with the drive shaft all loose like this. And just a tie bar to go. Always put your bolt in through the top. Conical washer. I've pulled the Mini out a little, got the back wheels sat on the, got a bit of a lift to access the floor a bit better for me to prime it, ready to be raptored and then painted. Not really much to show you for that, to be totally honest. It's all cleaned off okay. I noticed I had a blister on the doorstep of this side, which is what I had about 10 years ago, but on the driver's side, and it started the whole restoration when I did it the first time round. Didn't do a lot with this step. After a bit of digging, found a hole, a sinking. Oh, I found several holes in fact. So
Typical Mini, hiding holes. I suspected, well, there was a lot of blistering on here, so I had already expected to find holes. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be totally honest. I thought it was going to be all this part as well, but this is all bang on and solid. There's not a bit on here, so there's only that piece there. So I'm just going to repair it. I'm not going to replace the whole step like I did the other side. The pattern parts you get these days are completely straight, whereas proper steps are actually tapered towards the rear. So this step here is narrower than here. It doesn't look like a lot, but that's probably about 10 mil, and your pattern parts just don't cut it. So I'd rather not mess around trying to put that in. The extra bit of seal. Whee! So there we go. It's scabby. Seems really low to the ground now, despite huge suspension lift. Oh, Ted, what happened to you? Now this is the point where I need to take a brave pill. Because I'm fitting twin tanks, I have to drill a hole. Got a somewhat larger hole saw than the other one, or than the other hole. The other one I've got is about 5 or 6 mil too small. So hey ho, we'll go with a slightly bigger one anyway, just to give us a little air of caution. Now I end up doing this with masking tape, stuck it on the other side, put it all down, sort of cross hatched it across, drew lines of where the creases were on the swage line in the bodywork, did it up to the line of the seam and the curve of the boot lid there, and even down as far as the top of the rear light. So now what I've done is then flipped it, so this side is actually the sticky side. So basically on the inside of the hole on here I drew a circle, as you can now see it's on there, and all I've done is just flip it over, mirror it and stuck it back down. So I've lined it up along the swage line, blah blah blah, along the top of the light and this edge here. So I've then masking taped that back down. Now I've got the ruler and I've checked measurements, and I'm very happy that I've got that pretty bloody close, if not perfect. So just need to take a brave pill and put a hole in the body. Yeah, let's get a drill.